Namaste. So slightly long lecture. If you don't have the time, do not play this. Take out, roughly speaking, half an hour before you actually even start with this, because this is slightly lengthy and you have to take a lot of notes from this lecture. All right, emergency provisions. So whenever we write the answer, we write in this tone. The framers of the Constitution felt that in an emergency, that the center should have overriding powers to control and direct all aspects of legislation and administration throughout the country. I'll just put it here. You can pause it. You'll have to note it down. There is just no option. ठीक है जी. तो अगर आप देखिए, मुझे पता है that 1-to-1 लैंग्वेज ऑब्वियसली किसको याद रहती है, एग्जाम प्रेशर ही है वो. But this tone, are you getting my point? If you can follow this tone out, make for stellar answers. All right. So now there are three types of emergencies arising from the threat to the security of India, breakdown of constitutional machinery in the state, and financial emergency. ठीक है जी. So let's discuss them one by one. So the proclamation of emergency is a very serious matter as it disturbs the normal fabric of the constitution and adversely affects the rights of the people. कृपया करके write it down. 1975 में the ground of internal disturbance से हमने proclamation, basically based on the ground of internal disturbance we took the proclamation, but in reality it was only to keep an unpopular government in power. As a consequence of that, the 44th Amendment was enacted, which provided a lot of safeguards to 352 and 356 to prevent another 1975 repeat. So the 44th Constitutional Amendment primarily was done to overturn a lot which was done in 42nd Amendment, but also in the way that 352 and 356 were used in 1975. ठीक है जी, आगे चलते हैं. So we are just built the base of why the emergency provisions are there in the first place. So it's part 18. लड़का आपका, बच्चा आपका एडल्ट हो गया है, सो इमरजेंसी की सिचुएशन आ गई. यही जोक से मैंने ये पार्ट याद करा हुआ है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का. आप भी कर सकते हैं प्रीलिम्स के लिए. ठीक है जी. और अगर यहाँ पे ऑब्वियसली मेंशन करना ही, प्रोक्लेमेशन ऑफ इमरजेंसी, इफ द प्रेसिडेंट इज सैटिस्फाइड, वाह मुबारक हो, प्रेसिडेंट की सेटिस्फैक्शन पे इमरजेंसी लग जाएगी, दैट अ ग्रेव इमरजेंसी एग्जिस्ट्स whereby the security of India or any part of the territory therefore is threatened, whether, अब ये 3 ग्राउंड इनके बुलेट पॉइंट बना दीजिएगा. वॉर, एक्सटर्नल एग्रेशन और आर्म्ड रिबेलियन. पहले क्या होता था, इंटरनल डिस्टर्बेंस. वी रिप्लेस दैट वर्ड बाय द 44th अमेंडमेंट सो दैट 1975 वाले सिचुएशन रिपीट ना हो, क्योंकि उन्होंने इंटरनल डिस्टर्बेंस कह के इमरजेंसी लगा दी थी टू सेव एन वेरी अनपॉपुलर गवर्नमेंट. ही मे मतलब कंपल्सरली नहीं है कि वॉर होगा तो इमरजेंसी लगेगी ही. कोविड के टाइम लगी क्या? He may, by proclamation, make a declaration to that effect in respect of the whole of India or any such part of the territory. So either you can apply the emergency to the whole of India or any such part of the territory thereof as may be specified in the proclamation. This also came in via the amendment. Or just check in the Bare Act whether it's, I think it was 42nd only. Just check. ठीक है जी, if I'm not mistaken that is कहीं 44th now. 42nd ही है. यहाँ पे footnote नीचे जरा अपनी Bare Act में नीचे footnotes में देखिएगा. अच्छा जी. Explanation: a proclamation of emergency declaring that security of India or any part of territory thereof is threatened by war or by external aggression or by armed rebellion may be made before the actual occurrence of war or any such aggression. तो ये जरूरी नहीं कि वो एग्रेशन हो गया तभी इमरजेंसी आएगी. Before the actual occurrence, make a point in your notes to mention this in the answer. The president shall not issue a proclamation under clause 1 or a proclamation bearing such proclamation unless the decision of the Union Cabinet. Now this is a fun fact. This is the first time in the entire constitution the word cabinet has been mentioned. You can go back to article 74, check, there's only council of ministers, there's no cabinet rank. First time in the constitution it's the union cabinet has been mentioned. ठीक है जी. That is to say the council consisting of the prime minister and the ministers of cabinet rank appointed under article 75. So cabinet पहली बार ये यहाँ पर आया था. That such a proclamation may be issued has been communicated to him in writing. So this was obviously introduced by the 44th Amendment so that the PM alone cannot ask the president to impose an emergency like it was done in 1975. So now we've gotten the entire cabinet की भैया cabinet पूरी चिट्ठी लिख के देगा president को, that has to be communicated to him in writing. Till then the president cannot issue a proclamation. This is mandatory. Okay. So this was a safeguard introduced by the 44th Amendment. So before 1978 the word was internal disturbance जो ground थे. After 1978 it's the armed rebellion because the internal disturbance, well, it's too vague and broad, right? So thus it has been misused. The 44th constitutional amendment changed it. It also brought in the word cabinet, 352 clause 3 के अंदर cabinet and not the PM alone, to save the situation of 1975. Every proclamation issued under this article shall be laid before each House of Parliament and shall, except where it is a proclamation revoking a previous proclamation, cease to operate at the expiration of 1 month. So you have 1 month to convene Parliament and get it approved. Otherwise, the proclamation will lapse. All right. Before the expiration of that period, it has been approved by resolutions of both Houses of Parliament and ये resolution किस type के, simple majority या special majority? Present day situation. Special majority. So you have to convene Parliament within 1 month. This was provided for again by the 44th Constitutional Amendment. Right? Earlier it was 2 months. कि हाँ ठीक है देख लेंगे. Now it's 1 month के अंदर Parliament बैठेगा and it has to approve that emergency, otherwise it will cease to exist. All right. And every proclamation issued under this article shall be laid before each House of Parliament and shall, except where it is a proclamation revoking a previous proclamation, cease to operate at the expiration of 1 month. ये तो मैंने आपको कराई दिया, खैर I need not read it, I was reading it again. ठीक है जी, ये तेरा थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लेक्स है, मुझे नहीं लगता कि मैं अपने आंसर में ये कॉम्प्लेक्स इन द सेंस दिस इज लाइक दैट एक्सेप्शनल केस कि अगर लोकसभा डिसॉल्व हो गई हो फिर उसके बैठने के 1 महीने वी विल स्किप दैट इन आवर आंसर. अ प्रोक्लेमेशन सो अप्रूव्ड अनलेस रिवोक्ड cease to operate on the expiration of period of 6 months from the date of passing of the second of the resolutions approving the proclamation under clause 4. So you have, अगर एक बार ये अप्रूव हो गई तो 6 महीना लगे, 6 महीने तक इमरजेंसी चलेगी. And then what do you do after those 6 months? You can get it approved by the parliament and then extend it again. And then what happens after those 6 months? You can again get it approved by the parliament and go आगे. ठीक है जी, तो फिर आगे आगे चलते रहिए. तो ऐसे कितने बार चलेंगे? And number of times under 352. There is no upper ceiling, but you have to get it approved every 6 months. ठीक है जी? अच्छा जी. Then we come here. अच्छा, the further period of 6 months from the date on which it would otherwise have ceased to operate. फिर 6 महीना आप चलते रहिए. ठीक है जी? And for the purposes of clauses 4 and 5, a resolution may be passed by either House of Parliament only by a majority of the total membership of the other house and by a majority of not less than 2/3 of the members of that house present voting. Great. So you need a special majority. ठीक है जी? अच्छा, so special majority, this provision was again introduced by the 44th Constitutional Amendment. Anytime that you're writing an answer on emergency, there is no way in hell that you are escaping the 44th Constitutional Amendment. There is no way that you're not writing Rajasthan versus Union of India. There is no way that you're not writing Mumbai. वो प्रेसिडेंट रूल का बेसिकली आंसर निकलेगा. एक्चुअली इस लेक्चर से आपके 3 से 4 आंसर निकल जाएंगे. अगर वो प्रेसिडेंट रूल के बारे में पूछ रहा है तो भी आप शुरुआत यहीं से करेंगे. यूल स्किप 352 के साथ आपको कॉन्ट्रास्ट तो जरूर कराना है, बट आप सीधा 356 में जाएंगे एंड देन माइनर आप पोर्शन 352 का भी बता देंगे उसको, कि आपको पता है. फिर फाइनेंशियल इमरजेंसी बेसिकली देखिए, चाहे वो फाइनेंशियल इमरजेंसी पे आंसर बोले, चाहे वो आपके प्रेसिडेंट रूल पे बोले, चाहे वो आपकी नेशनल इमरजेंसी, द वर्ड इज नॉट देयर, बेसिकली इमरजेंसी अंडर 352 पे आंसर बोले, मेंशन आपको यही सारे पॉइंट्स करने हैं. अच्छा, एक और जिसके ऊपर मैं लेक्चर बेसिकली पूरा सेपरेट शूट करूंगा, ये क्या बोलते हैं, कल या परसों में, बाय द टाइम दैट आई थिंक अगर आप बाद में देखेंगे इस लेक्चर में तो इट विल बी ऑलरेडी बी लाइव बिकॉज दैट इज द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर इन दिस सीरीज, effect of emergency on fundamental rights, because I wanted to keep that separate, so I haven't really discussed it here. I'm just discussing macro में emergency and it is a hell lot of points, so we'll cover it all. ठीक है जी. So you review it after 6 months. Earlier it was कोई 6 month नहीं, proclamation आ गई as long as the executive desired for the emergency to be there. So but the 44th constitutional amendment changed it. So then more safeguards were placed. ठीक है जी. So notwithstanding anything contained in the foregoing clauses, the president shall revoke a proclamation issued under clause 1 of proclamation bearing such proclamation if the House of the People passes a resolution disapproving, or as the case may be, disapproving the continuance and force of such proclamation. So the House of the People has the power कि भाई साहब ये हटा दो, ये proclamation जाएगी. किसके पास है power? The House of the People. ठीक है जी. And when a notice is और ये कैसे कराएंगे? When a notice is writing signed by not less 1/10 of the total number of members of the House of the People. If it has been given, well, अगर आपको स्पीकर को पकड़ा दीजिए, प्रेसिडेंट को पकड़ा दीजिए, a special sitting of the House shall be held within 14 days from the date on which such notice is received by the speaker या प्रेसिडेंट. ठीक है जी. तो 1/10 कितने, अगर एक नोटिस प्रिपेयर करके उसको साइन कर दिया कि हमें ये इमरजेंसी की प्रोक्लेमेशन हटानी है, a special meeting, special session of the House, मतलब the House shall be summoned within 14 days. देखिए, it shall be held within 14 days from the date on which such notice is there. ठीक है जी. And अच्छा, The power conferred on the president by this article shall include the power to issue different proclamations on different grounds, being war के लिए अलग proclamation, external aggression, armed rebellion, imminent danger of war, whether or not there is a proclamation already issued by the president on clause 1 and such proclamation is in operation. So can there be two concurrent proclamations कि एक already चल रही है और पीछे से एक और issue हो गई? Yes. Yes. अच्छा, now what about the justiciability of president's discretion? The word satisfied. Can the courts look into it? So now you are going to mention Bhutnath versus State of West Bengal. This is 1974 case law. ठीक है जी. So Bhutnath के अंदर क्या हुआ था? Supreme Court refused to hold the continuance of the emergency under 352 कि we cannot look at it, we cannot declare it to be void, you know. And it stated that the question is political, not justiciable issue, and the appeal should be to the polls and not courts कि अगली बार सरकार हटा देना if they're doing this बदतमीजी. But we cannot say that, you know, that we are looking at ये आपका the continuance of emergency, we cannot declare it void. But this was the position in Bhutnath versus State of West Bengal 1974 का केस लॉ. Then the 38th amendment came. तो इंदिरा गांधी को समझ में आ गई यार ये लोग कोर्ट पहुंच रहे. The 38th amendment nullified the question by introducing 352 clause 5, which has been repealed by the 44th amendment, that SC, well, just cannot look at that president's satisfaction is final and conclusive. It is beyond the purview of judicial review, but 44th constitutional amendment has already repealed it. So therefore, the Supreme Court can look into president's satisfaction कि कहीं इसने बदमाशी तो नहीं कर दी in issuing an emergency, just like in Indira Gandhi's case. ठीक है जी. But Supreme Court has never really had a chance to review an actual presidential discretion क्योंकि उसके बाद कभी emergency लगी ही नहीं देश में. Minerva Mills में Justice Bhagwati, Minerva Mills का case law था, Justice Bhagwati remarked that proclamation of such an emergency cannot be excluded from judicial review. So constitutional control अब क्या क्या है emergency में? That the president must act on advice of cabinet. So these are forms of constitutional controls on the president. Parliamentary approval has to be, well, within 1 month, and then every 6 months you have to get it approved. The judicial review, even though there is no express bar towards judicial review. Consequences of proclamation. अब ये क्या चक्कर है कि जी proclamation आ तो गई, but consequence क्या है उसके? Transformation in the way Indian federalism works, and use this language. It transforms the way that Indian federalism works once the proclamation has been issued. Parliament becomes empowered to make a law with respect to the state list. So state legislatures continue to function as usual. So that doesn't mean that as soon as 352 comes in, so doesn't mean, you know, the state legislatures are dismissed. It's ऐसा नहीं होता 352 के emergency में. They continue to function, but Parliament becomes empowered to make law even on items in list 2. So Parliament basically will start to override. So at this moment of time, 352 से लेके 360 के provisions तो हैं, but do mention Article 250 as well in your answer. Whenever you're writing on emergency, अभी आते हैं 250 के अंदर क्या दे रखा, ठीक है जी. And 20 and 21 cannot be suspended as stated by the 44th Constitutional Amendment Act. ये तो I believe आपको पता ही होगा अगर आप optional की पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं, तो 20 and 21 cannot be suspended. Article 250 clause 2 says life of a law made by the Parliament is not empowered to enact, but for the issue of proclamation of emergency comes to an end 6 months after the proclamation has ceased. मतलब अगर पार्लियामेंट ने emergency के दौरान it made a law on, let us say, an item in list 2 which is exclusively the state list, it will cease to have an effect 6 months after the proclamation has lapsed. मतलब 6 महीने ही चलेगा वो कानून और उसके बाद फिर स्टेट वाला वापस हम रिस्टोर कर लेंगे, या स्टेट दोबारा नया बना लेगा, या स्टेट का जो ऑलरेडी था it will come back to life. Effect of proclamation on an emergency. So effect of proclamation of emergency rather. While a proclamation of emergency is operation, notwithstanding anything in this constitution, मतलब पूरा, right? So open 353 in your barrack. The executive power of the union shall extend to the giving of directions to any state as to the manner in which the executive power therefore is to be exercised. मतलब state के ऊपर पूरा control of the parliament. The power of parliament to make laws with respect to any matter shall include powers to make laws, conferring powers, imposing duties. मेरे हिसाब से मुझे पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं. अगर आप इस स्टेज तक पहुंच गए हैं तो read 353 once and that should do the trick. Alright, 250. Power of parliament to legislate with respect to any matter in the state list if a proclamation of emergency is in operation. So since this provision also relates to the proclamation of emergency, 250 में अंदर भी 250 मेंशन कर दीजिएगा कि आपको पता है कि बेटा 352 से 360 पार्ट 18 में तो है, बट एक आर्टिकल 250 भी था. राइट, एग्जामिनर को मजा आएगा कि हाँ क्या क्या आदमी आया है मेरे पास. Notwithstanding anything in this chapter, Parliament shall, while a proclamation of emergency in operation, have power to make laws for the whole or any part of the territory of India. ठीक है जी. What about effect on fundamental rights? That I want to keep a lecture separate, as I've said time and again, so that our ready-made answer is there, because that is a short question for the option. US, Australia, Canada में ऐसे there are no express provisions of emergency. So courts came to the rescue during World War की war defense या emergency के ground पे, the central, the overall जहाँ पे उनका जो presidential form of government तो है ही US में, that it can actually take a lot control over the states. But since we have already seen this, when we were drafting our constitution, the World War had already happened, right? So we had already seen what was the effect. तो हमें क्या करना, कोर्ट जाके हमने ऑलरेडी ये डेडिकेटेड आर्टिकल्स यहाँ डाल दिए कि कोर्ट क्या बताएगा कि इमरजेंसी लगाओ. हम पहले ही बता रहे हैं कि भैया इस सिचुएशन में आप लगा लीजिएगा. बट टिल 1975 इट वाज मिसयूज्ड. बाय दैट 1975 इमरजेंसी इट वाज मिसयूज्ड. तो फिर वी ब्रॉट इन द 44th कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अमेंडमेंट एंड वी बेसिकली चेंज द लैंडस्केप ऑफ हाउ डू यू इम्पोज एन इमरजेंसी इन दिस कंट्री. ठीक है जी. एंड दिस इज द टोन दैट यू विल बेसिकली टेक in your answers. ठीक है जी. Now, invocation of Article 352, it has been invoked 3 times thus far. The first was on October 26, 1962, when we started our war with China, so conflict with China. It remained in force during the Indo-Pak 1965 war and it was revoked in January 1968. December 1971 में फिर से लग गया with the India-Pakistan war that happened. We faced external aggression and it was still effective. And when even though it was running, the second emergency, December 1971, the another जो हमारी जो popular one है 26 June 1975 को लग गई, and internal disturbance के ground पे, and both were revoked. So the India-Pakistan war के time पे जो proclamation आई थी and ये वाली internal disturbance वाली 1975, both were removed in March 1977. Okay. Now 1975 is the most controversial emergency. It's violation of fundamental rights and censorship and people in preventive detention. Basically, it on a large scale, it violated the fundamental rights of people. It provided for rampant censorship. It provided for people, it put people in preventive detention, right? So backlash was so severe that in 1977, the Congress government lost to Janata government, which appointed the Shah Commission, which declared that there was no evidence to support the invocation of 352. So the Shah Commission said, well भैया ये तो तुमने बहुत घोर पाप किया. ठीक है जी. अब सेंटर की ड्यूटी के बारे में बात करते हैं. सेंटर की ड्यूटी क्या है? So duty of the union to protect states against external aggression and internal disturbance. It shall be the duty of the union to protect every state against external aggression and internal disturbance and to ensure that the government of every state is carried in accordance with the provision of this constitution. ठीक है जी. तो 2 ड्यूटी हमने 355 में स्पेसिफाई करा दी. क्या? कि इट शैल बी द ड्यूटी ऑफ द यूनियन टू प्रोटेक्ट एवरी स्टेट अगेंस्ट external aggression and internal disturbance and to ensure that the government of every state is carried out in accordance with the provisions of the constitution. States need not request कि भाई जल्दी आर्मी भेजो हम मर गए. Shall be the duty of the union. अगर external aggression आ रहा है या internal disturbance आ रही है, it is the duty of the union, right? And now the second point, which is highlighted in green, can center inquire into complaints against state CMs? Because let us say that the government of the state is not being carried in accordance with the provisions of the constitution. So can the center jump in? Yes, it can. So example दीजिएगा. Can it take cognizance in such cases? Example दीजिए करुणानिधि. तो इसके अंदर there was a commission appointed by the center to look into irregularities by the Karunanidhi ministry. Supreme Court held it to be valid in M. Karunanidhi versus Union of India 1979 because Karunanidhi challenged it. As the Supreme Court in A.R. Antole versus R.S. Nayak also held that a private citizen can launch a prosecution against an ex-state CM on charge of corruption. ठीक है जी. If you wish to, you can write these down. अब मैं पीछे चले जाता हूँ. अगर आपको लिखना है A.R. Antole versus R.S. Nayak, I don't think my handwriting will be very good. The Indian federalism has a strong unitary bias and the central government has power to supervise or even supersede the state government. That is what the provisions of the emergency show us. Now, failure of constitutional machinery in the state. So we are going to President's Rule, primarily discussed in 356 and 357. I could have bifurcated this lecture, but 352 and 356 are, I just want to go to comparison, etc. So we'll just continue. If you are tired, if you are अगर थक गए हैं तो पॉज वॉज करके पानी वानी पी आइए, चाय कॉफ़ी वगैरह कर लीजिए, तो फिर आगे 356 के अपने नोट्स कर लेंगे. So provision in case of failure of constitutional machinery in the state. If the president on receipt of a report from the governor, तो report कौन देगा? गवर्नर साहब. 356 के अंडर रिपोर्ट जारी है गवर्नर की प्रेसिडेंट को ऑफ अ स्टेट और अदरवाइज, दैट मींस यूनियन टेरिटरी एक्सेट्रा, इज satisfied that a situation has arisen in which the government of a state cannot be carried on in accordance with the provisions of this constitution, the parliament may by proclamation, the president may by proclamation, वही मैं कहूँ, मैंने क्या बोल दिया, the president may by proclamation, अब I think मुझे ब्रेक चाहिए, but any which way I'm not going to take one, assume to himself all or any of the functions of the government of the state, except that it cannot act as the high court. The president will not act as the high court, but the president can assume to himself all or any of the functions of the government of the state, declare the power of the legislature of the state shall be exercisable by or under the authority of parliament, कि parliament बनाएगा कानून, state legislature नहीं बनाएगा, and make such incidental consequential provisions, जो कि I think we'll skip mentioning this answer. But यहाँ पे क्या करना है, वहाँ पे क्या थी, you have to take parliamentary approval in 1 month. If you read 356 clause 3, it is 2 months. ठीक है जी, आगे चलता हूँ. अच्छा, and then the upper limit that they have said is 3 years. Alright, so 356(4) के अंदर the upper limit is 3 years. तो देखेंगे जरा इसको. Provided that if and so often as the resolution approving the continuance force of such proclamation is passed by both houses of parliament, the proclamation shall, unless revoked, continue in force for a further period of 6 months from the date on which under this clause it would have otherwise have ceased to operate, but no such proclamation shall in any case remain in force for more than 3 years. हो क्या रहा है? Basically आपको 2 महीने के अंदर अंदर प्रेसिडेंट रूल पहली बात तो अप्रूव कराना है, ठीक है जी. और यहाँ पे प्रोक्लेमेशन जो आ गई, जो आपने अप्रूव करा दी 2 महीने के अंदर, unless revoked cease to operate on the expiration of period of 6 months from the date of the issue of the proclamation. तो पहला स्टेप है 6 महीने. उसके बाद आप एक्सटेंड करा लीजिए 6 महीने के लिए, लेकिन आपको हर 6 महीने अप्रूव कराना है, लेकिन अंडर एनी केस यू कैन नॉट गो फॉर मोर देन 3 years. और ये 3 years वाले भी बेसिकली यहाँ पे आपके एक और चीज दे रखी है, 3 year और 1 year के बीच में. देखिएगा Clause 5 में, notwithstanding anything contained in Clause 4, a resolution with respect to the continuance and force of a proclamation approved under Clause 3 for any period beyond the expiration of 1 year. तो वैसे जो standard upper limit of a president rule is 1 year. From the date of issue of such proclamation shall not be passed by either house of parliament unless, so if you want to take it beyond 1 year, there are certain conditions, कि या तो proclamation of emergency है, या election commission कह दे कि भाई ऐसा है, हमारे बस की अभी चुनाव कराना नहीं हो रहा, तो आप थोड़ा इसको एक्सटेंड कर लीजिए. वो टाइम कौन सा है? बियॉन्ड 1 year. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड? 1 year is the standard upper limit. If you wish to take it beyond 1 year, then the new upper limit is 3 years, but then you have to fulfill either of the two conditions. Either there has to be a 352 वाली emergency in play कि भाई आप स्टेट में नहीं चुनाव करा सकते, या आपको इलेक्शन कमीशन सर्टिफाइज that boss you'll have to continue this because I just cannot conduct elections right now, so president rule has to continue. ठीक है जी. अगर आप ये बात सरल तरीके से एग्जामिनर को समझा देंगे, बिलीव यू मी, 356 पे आपको कुछ नहीं कहेगा. ऑब्वियसली SR बुमाई वगैरह आपको लिखना ही लिखना है, ठीक है जी. एंड 357, आई बिलीव दैट यू कैन जस्ट रीड. आई नीड नॉट go into this for the purposes of our answer because I have much more important points to cover. So maximum upper limit is 3 years. It is generally 1 year at most, 3 years under special circumstances, that is proclamation of emergency and or ये आपका election commission certifies. Now governor has a dual capacity. He is the constitutional head of the state. He is also the center's representative to the state. So he reports on his own discretion under oath to protect the constitution. What is the difference, primary difference between 352 versus 356? This is also a short answer. So 352 versus 356. 352 restricts central intervention in case of war, external aggression और armed rebellion. तो इन्हीं cases में सेंटर इंटरवीन करेगा. 356 ऐसा नहीं करता. 356 तो फेलियर ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मशीनरी में आएगा, राइट. 352 gives no authority to suspend constitutional machinery in the state. The state government continues as it is. The center gets concurrent power. State legislatures continue to function normally. Now 356 में जो आपकी जो state या legislature है, it gets either dissolved or it's kept suspended. Laws for the state are made by the parliament. 352 affects fundamental rights. 356 does not affect fundamental rights of the people. 352 is relationship of all states. It undergoes a change. 356 में one state only जिसपे आपने president rule लगाया है, ऐसे आप bullet point बना के अपना आंसर बहुत अच्छा लिख सकते हैं. 352 is no max duration, right? So you can continue on and on subject to parliamentary approval every 6 months. And then पहले आपको 1 month में parliamentary approval लेना, then you can continue every 6 months. तो आप review कराते जाइएगा. 356 में 2 months and then every 6 months. There is no max duration. When 356, when is it invoked? Well, failure of constitutional machinery, that is the ground. It's wide and indefinite connotations. Failure of constitutional machinery का मतलब क्या है? It is very wide. So some examples. So no party has majority. The state government, well, it is indulging in mass level corruption. This is debatable, but yeah, Supreme Court has remarked that this can be the case. The state government does not comply with central government directions. State government कहती है और तुमने क्या कानून पास कर दिया सेंट्रल पे, हम नहीं कर रहे, मानते ही नहीं. तो अगर ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है तो प्रेसिडेंट रूल का मतलब ग्राउंड है ये. दिस इज प्रीटी मच कैन बी क्लासिफाइड अंडर फेलियर ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मशीनरी. इट इज वाइड स्प्रेड ब्रेकडाउन ऑफ लॉ एंड ऑर्डर इन द स्टेट, सो प्रेसिडेंट रूल लग जाएगा. सो December 6, 1992 में बाबरी मस्जिद जब बीजेपी वालों ने हमारे उन्हें तोड़ी थी, तो मध्य प्रदेश, राजस्थान, हिमाचल प्रदेश में बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट वाज देयर व्हिच वाज डिसमिस्ड एंड प्रेसिडेंट्स रूल वाज इम्पोज्ड. ऑब्वियसली दिस वाज चैलेंज्ड एंड द फाइनल डिसीजन केम इन SR Bommai. So what happens under 356? The bigger democracy on the central level, it takes over the smaller democracy. But misuse की possibility तो huge है, right? So first time, well, it was used by Nehru in 1959 against the Kerala communist government. Then अब आप 2 case laws mention जरूर करेंगे अपने आंसर में जब भी president rule या जब भी emergency के बारे में. That is State of Rajasthan versus Union of India, that's 1977. A constitutional basically controversy of great significance arose with respect to 356 in State of Rajasthan versus Union of India. 1977 elections in Lok Sabha were held after the 1975 emergency was lifted. The Janata Party, well, you know, it just came over the Indian National Congress, it just swept the elections, etc. The Central Home Minister Charan Singh wrote to the CMs. अब मैं 1977 के इलेक्शन की बात कर रहा हूँ कि ऐसा है भाई साहब, अब हम तो आ ही गए हैं पावर में और लगता नहीं है क्योंकि आपने इमरजेंसी का इतना बड़ा खेल खेला था. तो ये कांग्रेस वाले CMs को लिख रहा है, चरण सिंह जी लिख रहे हैं मतलब कि जाओ भाई ये काम करो, यू सीक डिसोल्यूशन ऑफ द स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर फ्रॉम द गवर्नर and well states will choose their people will choose their fresh governments. So the states filed writs under 131 praying to the Supreme Court that this directive of Home Minister is illegal, and they argued that the letter was a prelude to 356. The Supreme Court dismissed suit and held that it cannot interfere with center's powers under 356. This is the position in State of Rajasthan versus Union of India, but they went into appeal. And then, well, all hell broke loose, and we're just going to come to that. And Article 74 Clause 2 के अंदर इन्होंने वैसे भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने रिमार्क किया इसी केस में, we are in the same case law. The Council of Ministers advised to the President, well, courts can't inquire into, so how do we say it? But judges agreed that court can examine if the President's power was exercised malefied or, well, you know, it was extraneous or for collateral purposes. मतलब बदमाशी करके अगर ये power exercise हुई है, so the courts can look into it. ठीक है जी. And courts ruled that the state's assembly could be dissolved without proclamation being approved by parliament, or proclamation is alive the moment it is issued. So basically, in this very case law, the Supreme Court also held that once the proclamation has come in, the state's legislative assembly can be suspended even before this proclamation has been approved by the parliament. ये चीज़ SR Bommai में overturn हो गई थी, लेकिन अगर आप लिखना चाहें तो आप लिख सकते हैं. ठीक है जी, आगे चलते हैं. बोमाई में क्या हुआ था? सो SR Bommai वर्सेस यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया इन 1994. सो 1989 में क्या हुआ था? जनता दल मिनिस्ट्री वाज बीइंग हेडेड बाय मिस्टर Bommai इन कर्नाटका. सो अ नंबर ऑफ मेंबर्स डिफेक्टेड, तो ऑब्वियसली मेजॉरिटी के ऊपर बात आ गई. सो चीफ मिनिस्टर दे प्रपोज टू द गवर्नर दैट प्लीज टेस्ट द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द मिनिस्ट्री ऑन द फ्लोर ऑफ द हाउस, कि हम प्रूव कर देंगे कि हमारे पास मेजॉरिटी है. अच्छी बात है. तो जब उन्होंने कह दिया तो गवर्नर इग्नोर दिस, इट जस्ट प्रिपेयर्ड अ रिपोर्ट टू द प्रेसिडेंट एंड बेसिकली रिकमेंडेड प्रेसिडेंट रूल. लोग मुबारक हो. सो देयर वर एक्चुअली 6 प्रोक्लेमेशंस बाय बेसिकली 6 स्टेट्स के अंदर 6 प्रोक्लेमेशन थी, एंड ऑल वर चैलेंजिंग दीज प्रोक्लेमेशंस कि ये क्या बकवास हो रही है यहाँ पे. सो दे वर ऑल क्लब टुगेदर एंड वन सोल डिसीजन वाज गिवन. तो जैसे वो बीजेपी वाली बात करी थी मैंने, वो दे वर ऑल्सो बीइंग चैलेंज, अरे ऐसे कैसे तुम हमारी गवर्नमेंट उड़ा दोगे, राइट. सो कर्नाटका, नागालैंड, मेघालय की प्रोक्लेमेशंस दे वर हेल्ड टू बी अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल, बट मध्य प्रदेश, राजस्थान और हिमाचल प्रदेश में जो दी गई थी दे वर हेल्ड टू बी वैलिड. सो बेसिकली 3 लोगों को अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल कर दिया, 3 लोगों को वैलिड कर दिया. And then the Supreme Court laid down a grand plan. Basically, there was a 9-judge bench and 7 opinions were expressed, or 2 must be concurring. तो उसके अंदर इन्होंने बताया कि हम क्लैरिफाई कर देते हैं पूरी पोजीशन 356 का मामला ही खत्म कर देते हैं. So president exercises power based on the Council of Ministers. So Council of Ministers, president, even though formally he can do so, but in reality, by convention, which is not given in the Bare Act, the president has to follow the advice of the Council of Ministers. So the question of majority, the governor won't decide in his chamber. दी आपका ये जो क्वेश्चन ऑफ मेजोरिटी है, यहाँ पे प्रेसिडेंट विल लिखा हुआ है, आई थिंक मैंने नहीं गलत लिखा है, इट इज द हाउस ऑफ द फ्लोर के ऊपर यहाँ पे आपकी टेस्ट होगी, क्वेश्चन ऑफ मेजोरिटी विल बी डिसाइडेड देयर. गवर्नर अपने आप नहीं डिसाइड करेगा कि आपके पास मेजोरिटी नहीं है, वोट कराना ही पड़ेगा. गवर्नर शुड एक्सपोज द ऑप्शन ऑफ इंस्टॉलिंग ऑल्टरनेट मिनिस्ट्री बिफोर रिकमेंडिंग प्रेसिडेंट रूल, कि भाई अगर किसी और के पास नंबर्स है सो प्लीज गिव देम द अपॉर्चुनिटी, डू नॉट रन टू द प्रेसिडेंट एंड टेल हिम कि प्रेसिडेंट रूल. Validity of proclamation is justiciable. अगर proclamation आती है और president rules, people can challenge in courts. That's a very clear position now. There should be natural, there should be material on record before president. ठीक है जी, natural पढ़ लिया, material लिखा हुआ. तो material आपको submit करना पड़ेगा to the president and it should be on record so that the courts can inquire. So courts cannot ask what the advice was given by the Council of Ministers to the president. No. But courts can certainly ask what is the material based on which the advice was tendered. We want to have a look at that material because that is not a part of the advice. The dissolution of assembly upon proclamation is not instant and not must in every case. The state legislature has to be kept suspended till parliament approves. If they do not approve, restore the state legislature. भाई पार्लियामेंट जब तक नहीं है तब तक आप स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर को you suspend them, but that house will not dissolve. Once approved, if the proclamation lapses at the end of time or revoked, the state government and state assembly will not be restored. अगर एक बार proclamation आ गई and it continues for a period of 6 months, उसके बाद ये नहीं कि पुरानी state government वापस जाग जाएगी. Sorry, they'll have to go. If court invalidates the proclamation, so that state government, which is basically अगर house has been dissolved, so they will be restored. 74 clause 2 में material can be examined, material based on which ये जो ministerial advice जा रहा है on president which is binding on him, the जो advice जो जा रहा है it was based on some material, so that material can be looked into by the courts. ठीक है जी. And Bommai is, ये ज़रूर लिखेगा, Bommai is a fine example of judicial creativity in which they have elaborated upon 356 in such a manner कि well, it's now very difficult to invoke 356, but 356 usually has been invoked over 100 times now. President's rule wali jo emergency hai. 360 is pretty much nothing. You can open the Bare Act, read 360, and that's financial emergency never ever been imposed. Why is it there, however, 360? Perhaps the constitutional makers took inspiration from US, Australia, and Canada during the Great Depression of 1930s, wherein center wanted more and more control over the state finances. So 360 says what? Provisions as to financial emergency if the president is satisfied the situation has arisen whereby the financial stability or credit of India or any part of territory thereof is threatened, he may by proclamation make a declaration to that effect. ठीक है, देख लेते हैं थोड़ा सा. A proclamation issued under clause 1 may be revoked or varied by subsequent co-application. मुझे और कुछ अब बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है. Shall be laid before each house of parliament, वो तो होना ही है. Shall cease to operate at the expiration of 2 months unless before the expiration of the period it has been approved by the resolution of both houses of parliament. So now herein you have 2 months. 352 में 1 month, president rule में 2 months, financial emergency में 2 months. ठीक है जी. अच्छा, provided that if any such proclamation is issued at, ये again this is a वही special case की लोकसभा नहीं बैठी होगी, फिर क्या होगा. अच्छा, कहीं पे यहाँ पे आप देखिएगा 360 में कि there is no upper limit. A financial emergency can continue indefinitely because the constitution is not prescribing an upper limit. 352 में upper limit क्या थी? Subject to 6 months review indefinitely. 356 में upper limit क्या थी? Standard 1 year, maximum upper ceiling 3 years. 360 में upper limit क्या है? Nothing, zero, zilch. ठीक है जी. अच्छा, then और ज़्यादा यहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं है और ग्रेट, ठीक है जी। आप यहाँ पे एक बार ही बस नज़र मार लीजिएगा, और मेरे पास ज़्यादा कुछ बोलने को है नहीं इस लेक्चर में। और नाउ इन द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर what we'll do is we will talk about effect of fundamental rights on emergency, sorry, effect of emergency on fundamental rights, ठीक है जी। तो उसके अंदर हम वो वाला भी अपना शॉर्ट नोट तैयार कर लेते हैं। उसके बाद हमारे इमरजेंसी का इनसाइड आउट काम हो गया, आपके प्रीलिम्स का भी काम हो गया, आपकी मोस्टली जीएस2 में तो खैर करंट अफेयर रिलेटेड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पूछते हैं, बट फिर भी अगर पूछ ली तो सारा काम हो गया आपका, ठीक है जी। इमरजेंसी का काम हो गया आज आपका, ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज वगैरह वाला काम हो गया। इसके बाद ये वाला इमरजेंसी में जो एक छोटा सा एस्पेक्ट है, लाइक अ शॉर्ट आंसर ऑफ इफेक्ट ऑफ इमरजेंसी ऑन फंडामेंटल राइट्स, अगले वाले में करते हैं। एंड देन वी प्रोसीड अहेड, लेट्स गो इन फॉर यूनियन जुडिशरी नेक्स्ट, सुप्रीम कोर्ट वगैरह के बारे में बात करते हैं। देन स्टेट जुडिशरी, सुप्रीम कोर्ट एंड हाई कोर्ट उसके बाद निपटा लेते हैं। एंड देन वी मूव ऑन टू फेडरलिज्म एंड बेसिकली लिस्ट 1, लिस्ट 2, लिस्ट 3 के बारे में बात करते हैं, एंड फ्रेम आउट आंसर्स फॉर ईच ऑफ दोज टॉपिक्स। And I believe that will be, मतलब हमारे constitutional law will be sorted out absolutely amazingly. All right, wishing you all the best. Take care. Bye.